And give ourselves plenty of room. Settle down onto your mat. Drop the head down into the floor. You're gonna rock your head a little side to side. And give ourselves plenty of room. Settle down onto your mat.
That's
Drop the head down into the floor. You're gonna rock your head a little side to side.
That is super bizarre. Never had that happen where the YouTube channel plays back while I'm teaching.
All right, let's take a deep breath in through your nose. Open the mouth and release. Do that again, big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Seal your lips, inhale. Gentle exhale. Soften the shoulders, let your belly drop, let the heart drop. And if you're dealing with sinus pressure like I am, you might rock the head here, put a little bit more press of the forehead right between the eyebrows and into the ground. And then we'll find stillness here. Let go of the elbows a little. And we'll just let the ground hold us from here. Nice even inhales and exhales. Take 3 more breaths in. And then we'll take your child's pose for a twist. So slide your right arm underneath your left armpit all the way through, releasing into the floor. A few ways to modify this. You can make this left arm a little more active. If you want to take a longer stretch through the left side, you can bring this left hand and push the right hand away if you want to roll a little deeper onto the right. Or you can wrap this left arm behind the low back. You can play with either of those options and see which one feels best today. One more breath in. Release out of your twist. Sit up on the other side, left arm threads through. Find a good option for your right arm. One last inhale. And release out of your twist coming forward. And we're going to bring the palms together, bend at the elbows, take your thumbs behind your head. If you have room, maybe wiggle the elbows forward, let your heart drag down. Release your hands back to the floor, come up onto hands and knees. Stack your shoulders, bring the hips over the knees. We're gonna move nice and slow through the spine here. Tip the pelvis forward, let your belly drop. Inhale, lengthen. Moving from the tailbone, low back, mid back, upper back, let the head release. If you want a little more in the mid back, you might play with sinking the hips back. And inhale brings you forward. And exhale, rolling through the spine, maybe taking a little bit of a lean back into the hips. A few more breaths on your own. And as you move between these two poses, if there's something else that your body needs, a little side to side through the ribs or the head and the neck, you can add those movements in here. Come back to a neutral spine. We're going to tuck your toes, lift the knees and walk the hands to the back. We're not coming into a squat. We'll turn the toes out, drop into the hips, elbows to the insides of the knees, palms together. Trying to bring your thumbs to your sternum, sternum lifting back into the thumbs. Feel the stretch in the hips. One more breath here. And release your hands. We're going to lift the hips coming into a forward fold. We're going to get pretty light here, so keep as much bend of the knees as you need. You can either grab opposite elbows or lace the hands behind the head, let everything dangle. Maybe a gentle side to side. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Feel the pull of gravity here, drawing the head closer to the floor, releasing any low back tension or any crunch of the spine. And then we'll release the hands down. Go ahead and walk it forward. Set your knees down, coming back to hands and knees. We're going to drop your hips over towards your left heel and walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. Let the head fall through to the ground. One more inhale here. Bring the hands back through center, hips back through center. You're back at hands and knees. And then we'll rock the hips over toward your right heel and walk the hands over to the left. Bring everything back through center.
We'll step your right foot forward toward the outside of your right hand. You might wiggle that left knee back if you need a little longer stance. We'll keep the hands on the floor for just a moment here. Rock your hips forward till you feel your left hip crease open, lengthen the heart forward. And then from here, we'll start to lower down toward the floor. If you have blocks or any props, you're welcome to use those here. We're gonna stay here for a couple of minutes, so make sure that it's in a position that you can sustain and hold for a little while. Even though there's some intensity in this right hip, I'm going to focus on the breath here. Keep it nice and slow and steady. Keep the jaw relaxed, the space between the eyebrows open. Start to press yourself back up onto the hands. Wiggle your right knee back behind you, coming back to hands and knees. Take a couple cat-cows from here. And back to a neutral spine. So I'm going to step your left foot forward to the outside of your left hand. Find how much length that you need between your front and back leg. Hands on the floor for now. Drop the hips forward. Open the chest. Take a deep breath in. And we'll start to lower down. The tendency here is to grit the teeth. So if you find yourself kind of chomping at your jaws, relax the mouth a little, maybe even move your lower jaw a little side to side, open and close the mouth. And come back onto the hands. Wiggle this left knee back. Take a couple cat-cows. Okay, from here, let's come all the way down onto the belly. Slide your forearms forward, make them parallel, palms into the ground. Lengthen through the heart, Sphinx pose. Let everything relax from your hips down. If you need something a little bit deeper, you can take this into a seal pose. Walking hands just a little more forward, pressing into the hands, open the chest. You're gonna feel this a little bit more in that mid back space. Take one more breath. And lower all the way down. We're gonna press this back to child's pose. We'll take the rounded variation with your knees together, toes together, hands next to your feet. Press your way back up. And let's swing the legs forward, coming to a seat. Extend your right leg long. And we're gonna bring your left foot either on the inside of your leg or you can cross it, your choice here. We're gonna take a twist from here. So left hand's gonna go behind you. Right arm's gonna either hug the knee in. You'll take the elbow to the outside. Inhale, get nice and tall. Exhale, find your turn. Take about 3 more breaths here. And then release out of your twist. We're gonna let this left knee fall open, foot on the inside of the leg. Use the hands on either side of your right leg. I'm gonna turn your torso to the toes. Inhale as long as you can. Exhale, start to take a forward fold. If you have some props nearby that you wanna use, maybe on top of the legs so you have something to kind of rest on, or if you wanna use them on the foot, feel free to add those. We want to get to a place where we're just starting to feel the stretch. You don't need to rip your hamstring or anything like that. We don't want that nasty pulling feeling behind the knee. Take your time here. Time, gravity, breath are going to be our friend to help slowly open the tight spaces. Gently walk yourself back up. And then you're going to turn your torso to your left knee, and we'll keep this right foot with the toes pointing up. You're going to fold over your left knee. Your right sits bone is going to try to lift on you. You want to keep this right sits bone down into the ground. Again, taking our time here, gently folding into it, not throwing the whole body weight into it. And walking your way back up. Keep the chest turned to this left knee. Slide your right arm on the inside of the leg. We're going to use this arm to press the chest open. Left arm's going to reach up and over. You can keep this left arm reaching long. If you want to take a little more passive variation, you can bend your right elbow for a little head rest. You can drape your left arm over. This is a pretty deep side bend, so there's a lot of kind of resistance in the body to want to open. And so you might notice if the glute is starting to kind of tighten and resist, or your back muscles are trying to resist from opening, just try to soften, let go of that tension. One more breath here. Move this left arm out of the way. Gently bring everything back through center. And we're going to pause for a moment. Feel all that lingering sensation on the left side of the body. And we'll lean back onto the hands, bend both knees, set the feet on the floor. We'll windshield wiper the knees side to side. And start to set up on the other side. Left leg goes long. Right foot's going to plant on the floor. We'll take our twist first. Right hand finding the floor behind. Left arm either wraps or elbow to the outside. Coming out of the twist. Drop your right knee out to the side. We'll turn the torso to the left toes. Inhale, get long. Exhale, start to fold. Walk your way back up. So turning the torso to your right knee. We'll keep your left sits bone on the floor. Let's fold over the right knee. So there's a subtle twist happening here. And walk your way back up. Keep the chest turned to the right and slide your left arm down the inside of your leg. Roll the chest open. And then you take your right arm up and over and you choose how you want to set up.
Nice and long, or a little more passive. We'll bring your right arm back. And then gently coming off of that left side. Find a neutral spine and pause. From here, we'll lean back onto the hands. Bend the knees. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. And we'll scoot the hips forward a little, bring the soles of the feet together, knees out, roll the spine down. Take your time getting settled into the back body. Flatten the shoulder blades down into the ground, arms can be out to the sides or on top of the body. Now scan through the top side, the front side of your body. Notice if you're holding any tension across the collarbones or across the sternum. Maybe you're holding anything through the belly or through the hips.
Bring your knees together. Hug them into the belly. Take a gentle rock side to side, feeling the low back into the floor. You can take your knees through some circles. And we'll set the feet back on the floor. We're going to tuck your right toes underneath your left thigh, or if that doesn't quite work, you can hook it on the back of your left heel. But let the right knee drop straight forward. Should feel a big opening on your right hip crease. If you want to add a little bit of a side bend here, you can take your right arm up and over, maybe even angle it toward that back left corner of your mat. One last breath here. If you have your right arm overhead, bring it back down. Bring the right foot back to the floor. And then hug your right knee tight into the chest. If it feels okay, you can slide your left leg long. And then we'll move your right knee across over to the left. Shift your hips to the right. Let your right arm fall open. Bring your leg back through center, reset the hips. Give both knees a little squeeze into the belly. And set your feet back down. We're going to bring your left toes under the right thigh. Now let your left knee drop forward and down. Maybe adding this left arm up and over. Bring your left arm back down if you have reached it long. Release. Bring your left knee in, maybe drawing that right leg long. Take a squeeze in of your left knee. When you're ready, we'll drop your left knee over to the right, shift the hips to the left. Give yourself plenty of room for the turn. Bring everything back through center and reset your hips. Draw the knees wide, or you take feet into happy baby. Find some gentle movement. For a final resting pose, if you want to be down on the ground, or if you want to use a prop like a wall, couch, whatever you got. And keep the back body relaxed. Let your feet relax. Flatten the shoulder blades down.
Close the eyes, rock the head a little side to side. We'll take 3 cleansing breaths here together. Nice long inhale through your nose. Exhale out the mouth. Again, breathe in. Breathe out. Last one, fill up. And release.
And start to deepen the breath. Bring movement back to the fingers, the toes, the wrists, the ankles. Reach the arms long, take a full body stretch, yawn, move your jaw around. Bring the knees to the chest and roll to the left. Take a few breaths on your side. Use the hands to press your way up. Let's find a comfortable cross-legged seat. Bring palms to touch at heart center. Sit tall and soften your shoulders behind you. Feel the space that you've created along the spine, your mind, and the capacity of your breath. And we'll seal our practice tonight with a single Om. Full breath in. Sigh it out. Inhale to chant. Namaste.